Welcome to Bill Dance Saltwater. Great fun fishing that anyone can do. Yes, you can do this. Hello again, everybody, and welcome to a very special edition of Bill Dance Saltwater. Over the next couple of weeks, we're going to show you how excellent conservation of our natural resources can turn into an unbelievable educational experience for the whole world to see right in the middle of America. Springfield, Missouri, the home to the Johnny Morris Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium. Our first stop this week is just a short distance from the mouth of Stuart Inlet, where monstrous but also glamorous Goliath Grouper swim at different times during the year. And in order for Johnny Morris for Bass Pro Shops to acquire these humongous grouper for the aquarium, the guys first had to catch them. Now all of this wouldn't even be possible without the complete approval from the Florida Wildlife Commission. Johnny was granted a permit that allows he and Bill to catch and keep up to 4 Goliath grouper, as well as many other local reef fish. Then, after a lengthy quarantine process and shipping by an aerated truck, they can be put on display in the incredible wonders of Wildlife Museum and Aquarium. Now this process sounds simple. Catch a fish, truck it to Missouri, and it lives happily ever after. But that doesn't even come close to what really happens. The planning and coordination to pull this off has to resemble what it must have been like to send a man to the moon. Our effort included a couple of boats, extra crewmen, holding tanks, a truck, and trailer that worked like a living ocean. Excellent biologists from Bass Pro Shops, and all the luck in the world. You see, these Goliath grouper are like trying to catch a 400-pound runaway dump truck. Their will to live will amaze any fisherman lucky enough to catch one. Let's put on a fighting harness and join Bill, Johnny Morris, and Captain Terry Robinson less than a mile offshore in the new Mako 414 and see if they can catch some of these monsters and then help spread the word of conservation about these true giants of the ocean.
Let's give it a shot here, Bill.
Put it out?
Yes, sir.
God, look at him down there. Oh, man.
Here she comes, here she comes, here she comes.
He's got it. What a show. What a look at all those fish down there. Woo! This is it. This is it. Fish on! Big one! Let's stay big. Come on, Mr. Grouper. Come on, Mr. Bill. Good job, pal. Good job. Bill?
Yes.
You've been fighting this fish 58 minutes.
How long?
58 minutes.
Grab me.
This is an hour.
Grab me, Johnny. You better grab me.
Monster fish. Woo! Lordy! Huge. This is what we came for, buddy. This is what we came for. There he is. Whoa! What a monster!
Come on.
Monster! Patty! Look at this thing! Woo!
Now we'll transfer him over to the live one.
Bill!
Buddy, what a day!
I love it. It's a happy
he's-
day. It's a
he's-
monster happy day.
He's more excited than I am.
God, look at that whale. Zoom in on that thing. God. Woo! Man, Bill.
Huh?
Woo!
Thank you, buddy.
Congratulations.
Thank
What
you,
a
buddy.
good fish. Thank you, Captain.
Woo! It's your turn next.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Bass Pro Shops, your adventure starts here. Quantum Rods and Reels. And Mercury Marine. Go boldly. Today's Conditions Log is brought to you by Bill Dance Digital. Follow us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube for great information that can improve your fishing.
Now, catching one of these big boys is just part of this massive effort in the conservation of these fish. Another part is getting them over to the transport boat. You know, the best way we figured out how to do this was for us to hand over the rod to the guys in the other boat. Then they had to heave all this dead weight over the back end of their boat into a 900-gallon holding tank. Now, you think this might sound easy? Oh, let me tell you, that's like lifting one of these big 350 horse Mercury motors. It's all greased up like a big fat pig.
1, 2, 3. Woo! Awesome job, Bill. What a day. Woo-hoo.
Now, once they're in the tank, the biologists take over and do their work. And probably the most important part of that is venting these groupers.
As the fish can come up from depth, there can be air expansion in the body, and so that they can roll back over to a more normal and natural orientation in the water, you have to fit the air out. So we're just letting a small gauge needle slowly release the air from the abdomen, and in a little bit she's going to be swimming right side up and looking happy.
I'm here to tell you, these guys are the best at what they do, and they have a lot of experience in handling and transporting fish. Now, after they're vented, we all headed back into port, and the next big step in this process happens. We all grabbed a handle and transferred these giants to a huge tank and another truck. Now, the care that these fish receive, I'm telling you, is like staying in a 10-star luxury resort. Not a 5-star. I'm talking 10-star here.
You guys are awesome. That's incredible. It really
Came
is.
right out of there.
Incredible.
Woo, good Lordy mercy. That thing looks like a baby submarine's coming up to the bait.
No? Take it out of gear again.
We're out of here.
There he goes, there he goes. He's going to the bottom.
Fish on! Now we're talking.
You're gaining more than you're giving though, right?
Oh yeah.
I like to see him work, don't you, Terry?
That's pretty fun.
I tell you, I think we got us a good one for the aquarium here, boys.
Where and how did you arrive at the idea for the new Wonders of Wildlife National Museum and Aquarium? And how long did it take to go from a creative idea to the real world wonders?
Well, Bill's a good question. People at home think we're nuts because we've been at this for so long. We had the Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium open for about 6 years, and it was okay, but it just wasn't over the top great. So about almost 8 years ago now, we closed it, and we've been renovating it. And the whole facility, Bill, is to really pay tribute to the role that sportsmen and women have played and continue to play in conservation in America. This place is all about them and celebrating the hunting and fishing and the history we have in America. There's a lot of artifacts there. It's like a museum and aquarium.
You did it. Good going, team. Way to go, guys. Woo!
All right, buddy, you're up for the King's Honor.
Look at you sweating. Look at that.
Sweating.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Mako Boats, building legends for over 40 years. Gamakatsu, world's finest hooks. And Motor Guide, trolling motors engineered for anglers. Today's equipment log is brought to you in part by Gamakatsu, because the fish of a lifetime only comes once in a lifetime. Today's show is sponsored in part by Stren, the standard of dependability since 1958. Garmin, fight your fish, not your fish finder. And Mystic Lubricants, lubrication domination.
I notice you won't stick your hand in his mouth, will you?
Not right off the bat. Just a monster. He wants to say hi to Bill.
Boy, they're a great predator. And they look so much like a largemouth, don't they?
Yeah, just a giant bass.
You know, there's no doubt that there's a lot of planning has gone into the aquarium alone, and it's a marvel to look at. But what all goes on behind the scenes to make it a healthy environment for the fish, as well as the spectators to visit?
Oh, Bill, it's like for every gallon of water that people will see in the aquarium, there's a third of a gallon that you don't see, or like 1/3 of the entire amount of water in the aquarium is just for back of the house for filtration and the purification of the water.
Yeah.
And there's also like a clinic, or almost like a hospital area for the aquarium that's over 100,000 gallons. And like these fish we're catching, before we just introduce them in the aquarium, they go into a quarantine area just to make sure they're very healthy, and they put like antibiotics in there and just monitor that a fish from the wild doesn't introduce a strain of parasite or something that would cause disease that would contaminate the whole tank. So really the fish, there's backup electrical systems, and for oxygen, and just to make sure there's never a tragedy or something doesn't go wrong to hurt these fish. These fish are going to have a very happy home.
Well, I understand that there will be over 35,000 live fish, mammals, reptiles, and birds that'll bring visitors eye to eye with the greatest collection of record-setting game animals ever assembled.
Yeah, there's a lot of, not just the animals, but the whole dioramas, the whole environment that's real indigenous or reflective of the habitats where these animals would range in the wild. And we hope, Bill, that when guests come to visit the aquarium and the museum, they'll learn about conservation, certainly how much that sportsmen and women have done to be good stewards of the land and fish and game, and people, just especially kids, to get inspired, to see things they could never maybe see from around the world, in all a very natural setting like Africa and the Arctic and all around the world. We hope this is over the top.
Oh,
People
no
see
question
things
it will
that they
be.
couldn't see anywhere else in the world.
Oh, no question it will be.
Especially it can come and see these monster groupers that have been personally harvested by Bill Dance.
And Johnny Moore.
There you go.
Oh, look right here.
Oh, there they come. Man, a herd of them. This is a freaking blast. Lot of drag, lot of drag. Yeah, baby. But Bill, the whole thing about the museum and aquarium is just, you think how blessed you've been in your life to spend your whole life around fishing. I've been very much the same way, fishing, sporting goods business, and you think, like, we're out here catching these huge fish, and when your fans and our customers go to fish, Bass Pro wouldn't even be, or Bill Dance Outdoors wouldn't be, if it wasn't for one thing, that's great conservation.
Absolutely.
And sportsmen and women over the years have done more to support conservation, the federal excise tax on all the hunting and fishing gear. To me, this aquarium museum is a way that we can give back to salute them and really salute people that hunt and fish in this country and have for so long. It's a part of our heritage, isn't it?
Absolutely it is.
I cannot wait to see this beast. I like how he's away from the wreck. And I like the job you're doing on it too, pal.
The Bill Dance Question and Answer of the Week is brought to you by Mystic Lubricants and their complete line of JT4 marine products. A full line of products for your full line of pursuits. Visit mysticlube.com today. What is a power pole anchor? Well, it's nothing more than a hydraulic shallow water anchoring system for your boat that allows you to quickly and quietly stop it at the push of a button and holds it tight in both wind and current, giving you time to tie on a lure, to fish an area or spot slowly, carefully, and thoroughly, plus whatever you might want to do before moving on.
Today's show is sponsored in part by Millennium Marine, a new class of comfort, and Finnor, legendary tackle since 1933. Closed captioning is provided by Bill Dance Digital. Follow us. Today's product tip is brought to you by Garmin and their GPS map series, chart plotter sonar combos. With advanced sonar technology like Chirp and exclusive Panoptix all-seeing sonar, you'll spend less time finding your fish.
Who knows what a dog's nose knows? Beats me. But if I smelled like some of them do, I couldn't stand myself. If you want to make sure your dog's your best friend that smells the best, well, as best as possible, get him a big old bottle of dog defunk. It takes a bite out of odor, doesn't it? You want that ball? Dog defunk.
Come be a part of Bill Dance Digital. Join us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Follow us.
Woo! Thank you. That was awesome. You're the best.
Good job.
Let's take that fish to Missouri. All expense paid trip.
Oh, good Lord, look at here. He's got it. No, he doesn't. No, he doesn't. Wait a minute. Uh-oh, here he comes again. Wait a minute. Wait. He's about to eat it. No. No, he doesn't. He hasn't got it. Yeah, wait. No, here he comes again for the third time. Dadgummit. Wait. Now he's got it. Wait. No, now he's got it. Well, he's going to try to break us off.
Okay. See what we got. Yee-hoo! Hook up. I hope you got a big net.
I got it. I got you covered.
You might have to grab me again, Bill. Not right now, but just be ready, because you do a good job at saving people's lives on big fish.
I feel him all the way through you, because I got a hold of you.
Thank you, pal. I feel well secured here.
Easy does it. You got him most of the way now. He's tiring out, so you just...
Well, it'd be two of us. Come on, big fish. Now it's feeling good. A few tugs, a little broken spirit. I see him down there.
Woo, what a fish. Here he comes up, slowly but surely.
Oh, God! Monster! Monster! He's a monster!
Watch your boats.
Boys, you be careful with that King Konger. Boys, how about another great day, huh? Monster fish.
Woo!
Oh, boy.
You did good, partner.
Hey, we got lucky and the old King Kong came out there.
Hey, you did good. You pulled him out. You pulled him out of that wreck.
Oh, boy.
Look at the size of that fish.
One more, go, 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 go! One more, go! He's in! Yes! Unbelievable!
Well, there you have it. 4 Goliath Grouper loaded up and headed to the Florida Keys for some R&R in a quarantine tank for a few weeks before they're trucked to the new Johnny Moore's Wonders of Wildlife Museum and Aquarium. And coming up in part 2 of this series, Bill and Johnny will be in the Keys near Marathon, Florida, looking to catch more fish for the aquarium located in Springfield, Missouri. You won't believe the aerial display put on by a big sailfish. We'll also take you to the Wonders of Wildlife Aquarium and check in to see how the grouper are doing in their fantastic new home. We'd also like to take this time to thank Nick Wiley, the Executive Director of the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission, for his assistance in allowing us to catch these wonders of the ocean to help further the education and conservation of these Goliath grouper. We hope you've enjoyed Bill Dance Saltwater and learned that you can do this. Please join us right here again next week.